So here's the goal today. We're going to install the wall panels on this end wall of our living room in our 1984 mobile home. That's going to start with swapping out these mud rings. So we previously installed these 1/4 inch mud rings because we were going to do a thin wall paneling. But since we are upgrading our wall paneling and using a thicker board, we have to use a thicker mud ring, so we got to get this swapped out first. And then we can get right into installing the boards. Too carried away here. Okay, that looks way off. What's going on here?
Yeah, that's what I like to hear.
Okay, I'm so confused.
What happened?
It's off. I gotta cut a new panel.
Why?
I don't know. I did it again. The same thing I've been doing. I cut it 1 inch too short. Okay, let's try this again. That looks better. Well guys, I'm about to get this nailed up. I'm glad I got it right on my second try. I've made this mistake too many times lately. I don't know what's wrong with me, but just measuring right, marking wrong. $45 mistake. That quickly. But I think once we get back into it, it's going to flow smoothly. Off camera, I just got this little skinny piece put in the corner here to fill in that extra gap. So now, I guess we're going to carry on and hopefully no more mess ups. I'll cut the next piece. Like I'm paranoid now because the first one was off. Now I'm thinking like every cut is going to be off.
Yeah. I anticipated not being correct.
I wung this one. Like,
You wung it?
I kind of guessed, so we'll hope for the best.
It's pretty much looking great so far.
Alright guys, we got a perfect fit. I feel redeemed after that first screw up. Now, it might not look perfect up here because you see a gap. That's because our peak, the peak of the room, is actually taller than 8 feet, and these panels are only 8 feet tall. So we do have a gap at the top. That gap actually made it harder to cut this panel because I didn't have solid marks to measure to, and I just had to cut off the corners of that sheet basically. But don't worry about that gap, we'll fill it in later. Actually, when we do the trim work, I'm gonna patch it and then I'm gonna trim right over it so you don't see the crack. So I'll just put it like a wider trim board right there at the peak. It'll make sense when you see it, but that's good. Now we're back to the easier pieces where it's a single slope. I have a point here I can measure to, and then I go 4 feet over and I have a point there to measure to, and I can just make a straight line. Just to cover all the bases here, we are leaving a gap at the floor. I'm using my construction jack to lift the panels the best that I can. These panels are being nailed up with siding nails. I'm using 2-inch siding nails in a coiled siding nailer. Those nails are perfect for this application. The nail heads get covered by the paint. You don't see them once the walls are painted. You would think you'd see all these nails, and some people wonder how we hide the nail heads. If you nail it so the nails are flush with the surface, they blend into the wall texture and disappear. What's nice about that is if you look really closely, you can look for them. You can say, okay, where are those nails? And then you can find your studs. That's handy if you ever want to hang anything. So they're hidden, but findable. That's all. I'm going to go ahead and cut this last panel over here. This feels tight. That's not bad. Tight is better than loose. I can cut more off. I'm going to trim the top a little bit. I'll come back in. Let me see if that is enough. Well, I managed to wrestle that one into place and it looks okay. The reason that one was messed up is because the floor is unlevel, so the floor sags down along this wall, and it kind of threw off my measurements because I'm measuring as if things were straight on a straight board, but in fact the ceiling slopes down with the floor. Anyway, we got it, and that panel is a little snug at the floor, but I could undercut it if I need to. I think we should actually just move this big pile of trim down here, clean this out so that I can work inside the closet. We can finish up that little section too. Well, we just got the bus loaded up with the trim that was in the living room, so that's out of the way. We're going to be taking this home and actually using it on the siding on the outside of our house. I pulled another sheet of Smart Side out. We're going to cut this for inside the closet.
Now what do you have to do? like we're saying it with an English accent.
Yeah.
Maybe it should be really long. Flush, splash. No. No. No, he did not. How could he?
I don't know.
Did he ever go to school or not?
Let's see.
Is he just trolling people?
I would do C. I would do A.
I would do F.
Me.
Corn on the cob. No. Salty butter. Drizzled with beautiful salty salt. I feel like my actual salt. Salty.
What? Well guys, I just got in, cut the last two pieces of the day. Hopefully they fit these two side walls in here in the closet. And I even cut out for the outlet in here. We did install an outlet in the closet just in case you want to charge a vacuum or anything else. I'm going to go through and caulk the corners in the closet, fill in any nail holes that are too deep, and get it ready for paint. So I'm trying to be patient while the caulk dries. We didn't use too much of it out here, but there's definitely a lot in the corners of the closet, and we would love to paint this today. That's what we're getting ready for right now. So I've been spending time just cleaning up and killing time. I think we're going to wing it. You're going to start painting?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where we're going to leave it. I could do the closet, but the caulk isn't dry yet. There's no point rushing it. We have plenty of time. This wall is the important wall to get done, and we're going to show you why later. But we just wanted to get this little section complete. So we're going to let that dry. We'll come back and do a second coat another day. We probably won't show that one, but we'll get it done, and it will look beautiful. That is the beginning of our living room. I don't know what I'm going to do with this mess up, but we'll hold on to it. Maybe we can use some of it. Probably not. You win some, you lose some. Well guys, we made it back home and we're going to take a break for today, but next time we're going to try to work on some projects around our home properties. So be ready for that. We're going to take a little short break from the mobile home, besides some behind the scenes painting work. And we're going to be working here because when we bought those wall panels for the mobile home, we also bought a few extra panels so that we can do some siding work on our own house. So probably next time we'll be working on that so we can empty out the bus and make a little more progress in the back of our house because it's looking pretty rough and the house wrap is worn out and we just want to get it closed up. So a little back and forth, but thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.